Welcome to GausRoth Tutorials. I'm GausRoth, and today we're going to create a daily visits addition to our player manager script. Now this is going to be a little different than the other visit counters I've created in the past. This one will only run once every change in a day or once every 24 hours. In this tutorial I go over day and minute. So it's a very short addition to the script, but it can be very useful. The first thing we have to do to get this to work is we need to create a leaderboard and a couple PPVs. So we're going to open up our build menu, we're going to go to system, and go to leaderboards. I have our daily visits leaderboard, and all it is create a new one, call it daily visits, and hit save. You can create a new one by clicking the create leaderboard button here. And then we went down to player variables, and I created a couple variables. I have a daily visits variable, a last visits day variable, and a last visit min variable. Now, depending on how you want to do it, you only need one of these. And that is all we need to do in the Systems tab. We do have our daily visits gizmo here, and the only change I made here is I have the leaderboard set to our daily visits leaderboard variable, changed our display name to daily visits, and then I changed our panel UI mode to dark mode because it's easier on my eyes. Now if we go into the script, it's a very small addition. I only created one new variable, and this is this player variable for owner. And when the world is entered by the player, I'm setting owner to player, because we need the player variable for when we set our PPVs in our leaderboard, so we need to cache our player variable. And I have it send to daily visits M. This is our minute one. We can change it to our daily visits, which is our day counter, but I'll go over the minute one first. And then when daily visits M is received, so this is received when the player enters the world. So anytime the player leaves and comes back, like they come back 5 minutes later, it'll still call this, but it's only going to get ran once. So we're checking if the current timestamp minutes floored is greater than the last visit min variable plus 1,440. And the reason I'm adding 1,440 is because that's how many minutes are in a day. So this is going to be to the minute, whereas the next one won't be as precise. If this value is greater than this value, we will run this. And all we're doing is we're setting last visit min, which is what we're checking up here, to floor current timestamp minute for owner. So if they come in the first time, this would be 0 plus 1440. And since this never gets reset to 0, this will continue to increase every minute for hopefully eternity. This will always be greater than this when they enter the first time. So then this will run the first time they enter. It'll set their last visit min to the floored current timestamp minutes for the owner. We're going to set our daily visits to get user persistent variable daily visits value for owner plus 1. So when they come in the first time, this will be 0. We'll add 1 to it for that owner. Then we'll set our daily visits for owner to our daily visits PPV. We don't need to force it because it's always going to be higher. The reason that we're setting it here is because, well, if I come in first time, I will get 1. But if I leave and come back before 1,440 minutes have passed, this will not run. So this will only run if it's been at least 1,440 minutes since the last time this portion has ran. And that is the daily visits going by minutes. It's more precise. They actually have to have this much time pass. Now, if we wanted to do daily visits but just go by day, we can do that. We can go change it to daily visits, and we're going to go down here. And it's pretty much the same code except for a slight difference here. We're using current timestamp days, so we're going to floor it just like we did with the minutes. And we're just checking to make sure that it's greater than last visit day value for the owner. Now the last visit day is going to be a lot smaller than this because it only goes up by the day, and it does return a decimal value. So if I throw a debug in here, I can throw a debug in both, and I'll just show you, since we're calling here, let me put the debug, and I'll put the current timestamp for minutes and days, and then I'll do it again with the floored version just so you can see it, and then floored, and then when we run it, you'll see the value. So if the current timestamp day is greater than last visit day, we're going to set last visit day to floor current timestamp days for owner. We're going to set our daily visits to daily visits +1 for the owner, and then we're going to set our daily visits for the owner to our daily visits variable that we just set. Now that is all we have to do for daily visits. Now just to show you what those timestamps look like, I will clear and reset. Have to go in for it to run, and if I come out and we look at it, so the top ones, bring this a little closer to the screen here. So our top one shows that it's been 772,778.1 minutes. That's the actual minute counter right now. So this decimal will continue to go up as the minute progresses. Flooring it will keep it at this number until this one goes to 79. And then the same thing with the days. So it's been 536.6514 days since this counter started running. We're going to floor that so it's just 536. And the reason we need to floor it is because we're checking to make sure this value is greater than the last time it was set. Now if I were to not floor it, this will always be greater because the day has progressed. So the only downside to using the day variable is that, say I come in here at 11:55 p.m. server time, I'll get 1. Now if I come back 10 minutes later, I'm going to get another 1. But I will have to wait until, that following day. So that's the only downside to using days, and that's all we're doing here. So let me get rid of the daily visits M. Let me get rid of these debugs, and let me bring this back a little bit. Go to my systems tab, go to my player variable of my last visit minute, and then I'm going to debug and reset my values. This only works for mine. I can't reset everybody's, unfortunately. This would only be my value. So it currently says I have 3. If we change this force to true, now when it runs, it should update me to 1. So let me go in, we get our fadeaway text, which we created in our last video. And now when I look at our daily visits, it says 1. And I can leave and come back as many times as I want. It's never going to update unless it's been at least the next day. And that is how we create a daily visits counter in Horizon Worlds. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns about this video, or if you have any suggestions for a future video, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, if you liked the video, if you learned something, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're notified of all my future videos. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.